cute ARMY, who always stay loyal in supporting, reading, and loving every step of BTS's journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss important, surprising, and emotional updates about your beloved BTS members. What is actually happening behind the big name Min Yoongi? Why did the name of Suga's mother suddenly get pulled into news that left fans silent and full of questions? Is this merely a personal family matter? Or is there a much bigger story that has been carefully kept out of the public eye all this time? Today, the ARMY world was shocked by unexpected news. The name Min Yoongi, better known as Suga of BTS, suddenly became a hot topic not because of music, not because of a grand stage performance, but because of a major decision reportedly made by his family. It has been mentioned that the mother of BTS's genius rapper sold a house at a so-called fantastic price. The exact figures may not have been revealed publicly, but the word fantastic alone was enough to leave many people stunned and wondering, what kind of house was sold? Why was it sold now? And does this decision have anything to do with Yoongi himself? Question after question immediately surfaced. Some ARMY were shocked, others were curious, and not a few suddenly felt emotional. Yoongi has long been known as someone who is extremely private about his family. He rarely, almost never talks about his parents in detail in public. But precisely because of that, even the smallest piece of news related to his family always feels significant and sparks deep curiosity. The house that was sold is said to be far from ordinary. Its location, value, and background have led many to speculate. Some wonder whether this house held special memories in Yoongi's life journey. Was it the home that witnessed his family's struggles during difficult times, when Yoongi was still a trainee fighting from the bottom, sacrificing everything for his dream of music? If so, then deciding to sell it would certainly not be an easy choice. Some fans even admitted their chests felt tight just imagining that possibility. Because for ARMY, Yoongi's story is not just the story of a successful idol. It is the story of a young man who once lived modestly, once felt inadequate, once doubted his own dreams, but eventually stood proudly at the top of the world. So when something from his past begins to move, change, or even be let go, it feels as though an important chapter is quietly closing. On the other hand, there are also clues that push many people to think more positively. Doesn't selling property at a fantastic value also symbolize a transition into a more stable and secure phase of life? Could this also mean that Yoongi's family is now living much more comfortably, no longer overshadowed by the financial difficulties he once shared through his honest, heart-piercing lyrics? Amid all this speculation, one thing remains certain. Min Yoongi himself is currently pouring all his energy into something far greater. Suga is reportedly fully focused on preparing for BTS's comeback, which has been scheduled for the spring of 2026. A comeback that is not merely awaited, but deeply anticipated with hope, tears, and prayers from millions of ARMY around the world. Imagine the emotional pressure that may lie behind it all. On one side, his family becomes a topic of public discussion. On the other, he carries global expectations as a member of the biggest group in the world. Is Yoongi truly okay? Is he carrying unseen burdens behind his calm expression? Or is all of this simply a part of maturity? A natural evolution in the life of someone who continues to move forward. Suga has always been known as someone who chooses silence over explanation. He pours his feelings into lyrics, not clarifications. He speaks through music, not gossip. So when news like this emerges, the public can only speculate, while Yoongi continues, walking his path, preparing his art and building the future, alongside BTS. The spring 2026 comeback is not just a date. It is a symbol of reunion after a long journey, a symbol of a promise fulfilled, a symbol of new hope after waiting. And behind all of it stands Yoongi, with all his life stories, past wounds, and the strength shaped by every sacrifice he has endured with his family. Will the sale of this house ever be officially explained? Does the public need to know everything? Or is this the moment for everyone to learn to respect the boundaries between an idol and his private life? One thing cannot be denied. This news has stirred many emotions. It arrived suddenly, raised countless questions, carried emotional drama, and left behind a deep, lingering silence. Yet through all of it, Min Yoongi remains Min Yoongi, a musician who moves forward, carrying the past as strength, not as a burden. Small part of a much larger story that Min Yoongi is still writing, quietly and steadily, beyond the noise of headlines and speculation. Life continues to move forward, and so does he, stronger, wiser, and more grounded than ever before. For longtime fans, this moment feels strangely emotional. It reminds many ARMY of Yoongi's earlier confessions, when he spoke honestly about growing up in modest circumstances, about the uncertainty of chasing music, and about the silent support of his parents who may not always have understood his path, yet never completely turned their backs on him. Those memories resurface now, creating a bittersweet feeling that is hard to describe. How far has he come? And how much has quietly changed behind the scenes? Some believe that the decision made by his mother reflects not loss, but closure and growth. A closing of an old chapter so that a new one can begin. After all, life is not only about holding on, it is also about knowing when to let go. And if that is the case, then this sale may represent peace, security, and a family finally able to breathe without worry. At the same time, Yoongi's dedication to BTS's upcoming comeback continues to speak volumes. While rumors swirl and emotions run high, he remains focused on music, practice, and preparation. There is something deeply moving about that contrast. A man whose personal life becomes public discussion, yet who chooses to respond with discipline, silence, and creative commitment. Fans know that when Suga creates, he creates from the deepest parts of his soul. That is why many are now wondering, will this emotional period, whether joyful or heavy, influence the music we will hear in 2026? Will subtle traces of maturity, reflection, or even nostalgia appear in his lyrics? Or will he surprise everyone once again with a sound and message no one expects? Spring 2026 now feels closer than ever, not just on the calendar, but in the hearts of ARMY. It represents reunion, healing, and the return of 7 voices that have guided millions through darkness and light. And Yoongi, standing among them, carries a story that continues to grow richer with time. In the end, perhaps the real question is not about a house, its price, or its location. Perhaps the real story lies in transformation in the quiet, shifts of life that happen away from cameras, shaping a person long before the world notices. And as always, Min Yoongi walks that path in his own way, leaving behind questions, emotions, and an undeniable sense of anticipation for what comes next.